In a world of brain rot and dopamine intoxication, where fucking satisfaction is a screen tap away, one blow of a spliff away, I think you lose a part of what it means to be human. As a kid, I was always fascinated by the stars. Space, just astronomy in general. And my dad introduced me to Cosmos, the original version, not Neil deGrasse Tyson. It was Carl Sagan in the 1980s. And when I learned about how ancient people would look at the stars and use them as navigation, I think nobody nowadays would figure that out ever. They had nothing else to do but sit around the campfire at night time and look at the stars. They looked at fucking points in the sky and connected the dots. And we now know them as constellations. They made images out of spots in the sky using their imagination. They saw the same patterns every single night. It's all they had to do. Some fella at some point in history figured out the different lengths and thicknesses of strings, made different sounds, and you could harmonize them, and he figured out how to make the first musical instrument. He was so bored that he just invented the guitar, basically. And now we have Daft Punk and 100 gecs. If TikTok and disposable vapes were around 4,000 years ago, the pyramids wouldn't exist. I spent nearly the first half of my 20s, smoking 6 to 10 spliffs a day, never going outside into the real world, never trying to meet women or make new friends or networking to create new opportunities for myself. Because sitting at home and getting high was enough. It wasn't fulfilling. It wasn't leading to any of my dreams, but it was enough. Contentment is what it was. Comfort is the killer of creativity. Comfort is the killer of ambition. And I enjoy now being alone and poor in Spain. Out here by myself. I don't have a TV or an Xbox in my room. If I did, I probably wouldn't have started writing, journaling, making these videos. I wouldn't be putting any effort into learning a new language if I was still smoking 10 spliffs a day, playing the Xbox. And I feel healthier than ever, because when I'm bored, instead of getting high or sitting around playing the Xbox, it forces you to go out in the world and put some effort into being happy. And that's more rewarding than smoking a spliff ever was. I sit around, I just think, I reflect on my life, on my situation, what I want to do, where I'm going. It forces you to be creative, it forces you to do something. It leads you to actually putting effort into being happy. Now, I'm by no means perfect. I drink fucking probably 5 or 6 cups of coffee a day. I do still doom scroll on TikTok, and it's my brain convinced me that I need to keep it around because I'm going to miss out on so much news and I'm going to miss all the good memes and shit. And maybe that's true. We've all heard what success is sacrifice. Yeah, you're going to have to sacrifice seeing the memes, or sacrifice going out drinking or smoking a spliff with your friend. You're better off in the end. Like I said, if TikTok was around 4,000 years ago, do you think they would have bothered building those fucking pyramids? No. Why would you? You can watch fucking Elon Musk zig heil. You don't need a fucking pyramid. In the same way that the primitive humans looked up at the stars and the planets, they noticed that some points in the sky were in the same place every night, but other ones moved back and forth. And they thought they were the gods. They created stories and names for each and every one of them. Venus being the god of love, Mars being the god of war, Jupiter, well, the king of the gods, it was the biggest one. Boredom led to what we now know as Roman and Greek mythology. Do you think if Socrates had 10 episodes of Squid Game to watch, that we would still know his name now, 4,500 years later? I doubt it. So if you learn to be okay with boredom, it'll force you to actually put effort into doing something meaningful with your life. Like I said, smoking 6 to 10 spliffs a day for nearly 4 years, pretending to be dedicated to a music career, because it was far easier to go out into the garden, spend half an hour smoking a spliff, scrolling TikTok, than it is to make a song and actually be proud of yourself. So learn to be happy with boredom. Do something meaningful. Put some effort into finding gratitude. For some people, that might be starting a business, whatever kind of business you're interested in. For some, it might mean learning a new skill, playing a sport, learning a language, doing something creative, art, writing, music. You'll be far happier with yourself in the long term. I was afraid to stop smoking because I thought I would have nothing else to do. I had actually convinced myself that there's nothing else to do in life than to get high. And that's just pathetic. That's how I feel about it now. It's only been 5 weeks, and I've done more in the past 5 weeks than I did in 6 months before that. Things I'm actually happy with. Learning new skills, learning a new language, it's beautiful. So please, next time you're bored, sit there for a while. Stare at the blank wall. See what comes to mind. Lie down on the floor, stare at the roof. Think for a while. Like I mentioned, Socrates, he sat around his entire life thinking. That's why we still know him. He wasn't scrolling TikTok. Whether it's inspiration or you confronting your demons, it will do you good.